There's legislation in the House that is a proposed constitutional amendment to limit Supreme Court justices and district court judges to 2 6-year terms, and then they're off. Where is it, and what's its prospects, that legislation?
It's passed its first House committee, and this is a pretty interesting issue from a couple standpoints. One, the legislature is really mad at the Supreme Court right now.
That would be the House or the Senate or both?
Well, I think probably both. This proposal is more coming out of the House, but the legislature is not very happy with the Supreme Court at this point. Redistricting is example one. The Supreme Court in July threw out the congressional redistricting plan, but there's a whole lot of other issues out there that the Supreme Court has been sort of, Supreme Court has a pretty liberal reputation, and it is sort of the last bastion, if you will, going against Republican leadership on a lot of issues. So there's not much love lost there. And so this proposal, another interesting part of it is that Richard Corcoran, who is the House Appropriations Chairman and incoming House Speaker, has been talking about term limits for judges. So if he puts his muscle behind it, he is a very influential, crafty person. So this thing might move, at least in the House I expect it to move. We'll see in the Senate. As you said, it would be right now, Supreme Court justices and appeals court judges have 6-year terms and they have to run for retention, merit retention. But there's no limit on the number of 6-year terms. There is a age 70 limit. But this would basically give them 2 6-year terms and then require them to move on. And it's tough to get a constitutional amendment through the legislature and to get it on the ballot. But if it does get on the ballot, I tend to think this thing might have a chance to pass. There's a lot of the Republicans will vote heavily to limit the terms of judges, and I think a lot of just rank and file sort of independent voters might too.
Is there a chance that the Senate might not be so supportive of this in the end?
Well, this is coming from the House, and it's coming from House leadership. So just in the Senate, it is filed by Senator Travis Hudson, who's a freshman, not in the inner circle, if you will. So that indicates that it may not have leadership backing at this point. I think just generally the Senate has always been more moderate on a lot of legal court issues than the House has been. So I think the real test will be in the Senate. You might want to, if this starts moving at all, you might want to watch the Judiciary Committee, which is chaired by Miguel Diaz de la Portilla, who has killed some other bills in the past that the House has wanted. So that may be a place to watch.
Let's keep an eye on it. Thank you, Jim. For more news about Florida politics and government, visit the Advances section of our website.